Hello everyone, I am Shelby Looters and here is my Google Doc presentation. The title of it is What is an Insect? Content area is for science and the grade level is 3rd grade. This slide shows a description of my lesson. This lesson plan is designed to teach students about insects and characteristics that make them unique. It also has my state curriculum standards. The first one is, as a result of the activities for grade 3-4, all students will develop an understanding of biological concepts through direct experience with living things, their life cycles, and their habitats. The next standard is compare and contrast structural characteristics and functions of different organisms. And the third standard is learners identify characteristics that help organisms live in their environments. The National Educational Technology Standard for Students is NETS.S number 1. It's creativity and innovation. If you notice down in the right-hand corner, there will be different fun facts about ladybugs on each slide. My next slide is the instructional objectives. Students will be able to identify the 3 main body parts of insects with 100% accuracy. Students will be able to identify what each body part of an insect is used for, and students will be able to identify different kinds of insects. My next slide shows a diagram of a ladybug beetle and a few different kinds of insects that students might be familiar with. This slide is my teacher preparation slide. I have everything from gather materials to student workbooks, vocabulary cards, fact sheets, marshmallow bug directions sheet, along with excuse me, the ingredients that you need for the marshmallow bug, to the websites that I would bookmark for students to use, create the student worksheets, create vocabulary cards, and create bug fact sheets. My next slide has a link actually that you can get to the full screen view of what is an insect worksheet and the directions to making a marshmallow bug. My next slide also contains a teacher resource page that you could use while teaching this lesson and the vocabulary cards that you could use with the definition. The active participation would be that the students will tell the teacher as many things as they can about insects and their characteristics. The students will make a list with the teacher of insects that they know. After the lesson is completed by the teachers, the students will read the What is an Insect worksheet and complete the questions. After the students have completed the worksheet, they will be given the materials to make their marshmallow bug. Students will be responsible for putting the body together correctly, also correctly locating where the legs, antenna, and the eyes go. After this is all finished, the students will have opportunity to get on the websites that I listed on the teacher preparation slide. Adaption for special learners. The learning disabled, you could give them a diagram of an insect to use while they are constructing their marshmallow bug. Also, it might be handy to have a para working by their side when needed, or you could have another student work with them. The gifted, you could have these students or student construct an insect on a drawing program on a computer, or they could complete an insect report and present it to their classmates. This is my assessment and evaluation slide. The assessment or evaluation of this lesson would be the students' completion of the What is an Insect worksheet. Another assessment would be the students' completion of the marshmallow bug. When I complete the unit that this lesson is from, I would assess the students by having them complete a post-test over the unit. My feedback to the students on the completion of the worksheet would be given by a grade, and my feedback to the students on the completion of the marshmallow bug would be given to them verbally. The variations of this lesson, it can definitely be modified to teach in any grade level appropriate. I would modify it for my kindergarten and first grade classroom by extending the amount of time that I teach it. As for completing the worksheets in my current grade levels, I would make sure that I did all of the reading and probably would make a transparency of the worksheet to project so we could do it all together. The instruction of the lesson, first I would introduce the students that they will be learning about insects. As a pre-assessment, I would create a web in Kidspiration and project it and ask the students to tell me as many things as they can about insects and their characteristics. You could also make a list in a Word document and project it. After discussing the vocabulary, which you can use the vocabulary cards for, I would read some basic facts about insects. We would go through the different characteristics and whatever insects they know and let them ask any questions that they have. I have also attached a fact sheet about ladybugs, and you will let them know that they will be learning about the actual ladybug life cycle at a later date. This is my instruction of lesson continued slide. We would talk about, of course, the basic characteristics that insects have in common. I would place a diagram of an insect on the projector and point out the three main body parts. Then we would find the What is an Insect worksheet in their workbook, and we would read the students would read the information, and I would stop them about every paragraph and discuss what each paragraph is about. After they've completed reading this worksheet, I would allow them 6 to 7 minutes to complete their responses to the questions. Like I had said before, the assessment would be obviously the worksheet and also the marshmallow bug. The cool thing about the marshmallow bug is when they are finished with this, they can eat it for their snack time. Some extension ideas that I had were the teacher could bring examples of different insects to show the class. You could have students make their own insect collection and label all of the different insects. They could construct insects out of different materials. It would be really great to let them construct them out of materials that you might find outside. If you have access to a pet store or a museum where they could learn and observe more about insects and their characteristics. In conclusion, this lesson is actually one of my favorite to teach. I find that students really like to learn about insects. You find that a lot of children really love bugs. They will, by the end of this lesson, the student will know some different kinds of insects, characteristics of an insect, and the body parts, and also some different insect facts. Here is my reference page, and I hope you have enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.